Express on mainland 98.3 FM from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. as we invoke the thought-provoking discussion, tackle the tough questions, challenge assumption, and give a voice to the unheard. This is the Morning Express on mainland 98.3 FM.
Welcome on board the Morning Express.
Good morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Welcome to the Morning Express on mainland 98.3 FM.
Welcome on board the Morning Express. It's still mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. 8:40 is the time, and it's time for Mainland Focus. This is where we give you an opportunity to participate. Tell us what you think about these stories. Give us your opinion. Give us your point of view via the multiple channels that we have made available to you. The phone line is available 0913-6000-410. There's also WhatsApp and text message. Both platforms, you can send a message through the number 0913-6000-430. We're also streaming the program live on our Facebook platform as well as our YouTube platform. Mainland 98.3 FM is how you find us on both platforms. We're also on X at Mainland FM. But please do well to join us on Facebook right this very moment, where you can drop your submissions in real time. It's Open Mic Thursday, which means that you have the liberty to talk about any story that you find to be most important. But before we start to take public opinion, let's listen to what Fuad has to say, or at least give him an opportunity to highlight the stories that he considers to be most important. Fuad, good morning to you again. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me. I think the first one would have to be the news that for 15 days now there will be emergency distribution of PMS across the country, and well, it's a welcome development. That whatever must happen to get Nigerians out of this suffering, this needless and avoidable suffering of having to queue, fight themselves in filling stations, waste quality human hours, trying to queue for a product that ordinarily should be readily available for Nigeria. It's something we just have to encourage. But like I told you earlier in the morning, I'm hoping that they will also tell us when the next worst scarcity will happen, so that we can prepare ourselves. The suddenness that comes in first scarcity is a problem. If you understand what I'm saying. I know you don't believe in what I'm saying, but I will say what I want to say.
Fuad, you don't know
my mind tells me, my inner mind tells me that this is what is not saying. But I will do what I want to do.
I'm just giving hope,
With hope.
So
You have started this hope easy again.
I'm just saying, so people are not distraught in advance. You get?
No, you don't have to okay, which one is better? If you tell people to plan ahead, or just let it happen to them suddenly. Somebody told me, and I said, look, I was just sitting in my house. I thought it was a normal day for me. I went out there, I'll just buy fuel and do my daily activity. Suddenly, I never knew. So
Well,
5 hours.
I saw Shaggy Banza.
But if they have told you ahead to tell by the end of July, another one is coming. You will not be doing all of those things.
No.
We are welcoming of these excuses. We accept those excuses. We tolerate their incompetence. So we should also tolerate them by helping us to tell us in advance that this one will happen, because it is obvious that you have to. So you think it will not happen again.
It will. I know. It will.
So they should tell us ahead now, because I know they know. They know what they are doing. You think they don't know what they are doing? So that's that on that one. And then on this issue of the landmark project, I'm very fast about it. I don't know where the ethnic coloration is coming in from all these parts. But even if you look at the compensation that was done, a lot of people who are not even of Igbo extraction have been affected by this. And I know that act is very well. There are people who are not even Igbos at all that are also facing this particular issue. People who have invested in so-called waterfront property, only to be told now that what they will be doing is a highway. That bit, the bit they used to see, that made them buy the waterfront property or invested in waterfront is no more. Of course, the argument is valid that 250 meters to the shoreline belongs to the federal government and nobody owns it. You understand? But what I'm saying is that people that invested in beachfront property, do so because they know they will have access to the big fund. They don't belong. They don't own it. They know they don't own it. And I don't think the argument should go on who owns it or not. But I'm saying that, look, we cannot invest in 200 million. We're just taking one property now. There are several others who may not be as vocal as landmark. But a $200 million project at that time, in a big facility, because of the big fund too, because that's the reason why everybody will come there. Like I said, I was editing a property magazine at that time, and I knew what the idea of that landmark project was, and several other projects in that big facility. But look at what has happened today now. So I understand why the man is crying. That project is going down. But again, whatever happens to landmark is not as important as the fact that, look, we are still saying, why the orange? Why didn't the government take that project through due process? I think people there, whatever will happen, the project was not happen. Government is not about what anything will not happen. Because you are laying a very bad precedent. For those that are saying we are desperate, the project will happen. Anything that must happen, the project has. Look, governance is about due process. There's a reason why due process is an integral part of governance. Because you do it today to lay a very short back, and I pity people who are so excited. The road must just happen. Take out today they announce those projects. Do you know how many roads that have been announced in the past that have been abandoned? Even in this Lagos. I thought about the Lẹ́kkí Expressway. Do you know when the Lẹ́kkí Expressway has started? Have they completed it? What about the Lagos Badagry Expressway? Has it been completed? After how many years? So you think we are new that projects have been announced and started? Is that a new thing to us? But we're saying that, look, let there be due process. Again, we are talking about scarce resources of the people. Why was there no competitive bidding on this same project? What are the critical questions we have been asking people? Nobody is saying the road is not important. Other roads in different parts of the country is also important. Why have we abandoned those ones and we are starting a new one? And if we must even start a new one, why are we taking it to due process? Where was the so when you say all of these arguments, I don't, like I said, it's so ridiculous. Some people even bring every coloratory thing. It's completely irresponsible and needless. But what we are saying is that for everything we must do in a democratic system of government, you must follow due process. Why the orange? Why the orange? Even yesterday when Mr. Jᴏɪᴜ was asked by journalists whether there was environmental impact analysis of that entire project, he could not really answer in the affirmative. He kept beating around and dancing around the bush. And then the question is that, look, do we go into such a mega project without budgetary provision? Was this project budgeted for? Is it in the budget? So too many questions. Somebody saying the road is not important. I'm a Lagos, I'm a Yoruba man, and I know what will come if the road is fully completed. The economic prosperity that comes with the road. But even at that, the right thing still has to be done. And then for people who say, look, I have seen different road projects that have been diverted to save people's businesses in this Lagos. If that is what we want to even start. I have seen projects, roads that have been adjusted, diverted, just to save people's interest and businesses in this Lagos. If that's what we want to even start to argue about. So too many questions around this project, and then you now bring all of this. And then Mr. Jᴏɪᴜ now started that, look, Peter Obi is doing his job as an opposition leader. He should ask questions. And I think these questions have been around, misplaced priority, whether there are other projects that should have been focused on before we started this one. We can speak to the issue that now begin to make it an infantile, then you go down, begin to talk about it. That's why sometimes public conversation in Nigeria is so tiring. Whereas you're supposed to speak to the issue, we keep bringing all manner of sentiment, religion, ethnicity. Whereas the real issue is not. The real issue on this Lagos-Calabar road project is the issue of due process. That's all.
What? Thank you very much. We appreciate you for your perspective on the matter. It's now time for us to hear from you. You've heard everything that the papers have had to say to you. You've heard Fuad's perspective on the matter. And now we want to hear what you think exactly, what your thoughts are regarding this story. Remember, it's Open Mic Thursday, which means that you're not at all bound by any of the stories or conversations that we've had during trends in the papers. You can decide to address the stories, but if you would like to reference something that have not been highlighted by the papers, today being Thursday, you have the liberty to do so. But for those those of you who probably did not catch the bulk of the story when we went through it during trends in the papers, the Punch newspaper really emphasized, because it was the top story, the conversation with the labor union and the federal government regarding the minimum wage. Unfortunately, no resolution has been reached, as the NLC, or well, the union groups NLC and the TUC, have insisted 615,000 naira as minimum wage. But the federal government, according to a source who pled anonymity, is saying they're offering 60 to 70,000 naira for the new minimum wage. With regards to the fuel scarcity, the federal government has said they're planning a 15-day emergency fuel supply, and there are millions of liters of PMS that is currently in circulation. They started on Monday, and each state is going to get a specified allocation. So in about 2 weeks or a week, we should see some sort of resolution with the fuel scarcity issue. The Punch also reported that government expenditure rose by 33% in February. Now, although a lot of money has been spent by this government, they are saying there is a corresponding revenue. They made just as much money, oil, non-oil revenue, capital inflow, amongst other things, that we saw an increase. So there is some sort of balance between the expenditure of the government and also the revenue that has been made since the start of the year. The controversy regarding the Lagos-Calabar highway continues, with Landmark unfortunately at the center of all of this, and the defense by the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, regarding what belongs to the federal government and the compensation that would be paid to those whose properties would be affected in the course of the demolition for the Lagos-Calabar coastal highway. And also, our agricultural import have gulped 12 trillion naira, regardless of the Anchors Borrower scheme that we budgeted 1.1 trillion naira for. Not just budgeted, but spent 1.1 trillion naira. We have been importing wheat, palm oil, fish, and other things. And so this calls to question how we've been able to maximize our agricultural sector in the country. And also the underbridge apartments, the 86 apartments that were found under the Ikoyi bridge, where tenants were paying 250,000 naira a year. And of course, an eviction had to happen, which has caused us to start looking at the housing sector and the relationship that it has with the transportation sector, where people would prefer to pay exorbitant amounts like this one for one-room apartments under a bridge, most likely because they're trying to access central Lagos easily. That is just a summary of some of the primary stories that we analyzed this morning. So you have a choice to speak on them or raise fresh stories. Before I open the phone line, I would like to take care of the backlog of messages we got on Facebook during trends in the papers. After that, I'll open the phone line. We have Tʀᴜɪᴜnᴜ Michael on Facebook, who sent, as laudable as President Tinubu's plan and vision of expanding the economy to 1 trillion naira would have been, it has led to the removal of fuel subsidy and the continuous increase in several tariffs. To me, please permit me to say this, it has resulted to penny-wise. Okay, I can't say the other thing, but thank you. You also said, if not, why would the government be distributing palliative when we're not beggars? He would have taken it gradually. Can we say that the 35% increase in salary, which we don't even know if it is basic or total package, is equivalent to the high cost of goods and food items in the market? The government should please come up with better policies that would improve the living standard of Nigerians. God bless Nigeria. Tèmítọ́pẹ́. We also have Christopher F. Young, who says, good morning, Sage and Fuad. God bless you guys in the studio. What is going on in Nigeria? While everyone is doing what they like, can you imagine I went to subscribe at my GoTV only to discover that MultiChoice has increased their price, even when the Federal High Court in Abuja told them not to. Are we lawless in this country? Can't we obey the rule of law? Who owned MultiChoice? Is he greater than the government? For the fuel scarcity, if some of our people in 2012 agreed for Goodluck Jonathan to remove the subsidy, our problems would be over by now. Where are those sponsoring people to go to Ojota to protest? Are they no longer in Ojota? Corruption is one of our biggest problems, and until we come together and say no to corruption, Nigeria may not move forward. This present government and politicians have political will to do so, but they are not doing it. May God bless Nigeria. Amen. If your Johnny on Facebook says, Alhaji Fuad, please take good care of yourself, because these politicians are aware. They know the secrets in governance and political calculations. He also says, Alhaji Fuad, you stimulate my spirit this morning on analysis on the petroleum sector and the comments made by Minister last year December that they have completed the mechanical aspects without mentioning electrical part of the plant. Yes, you are quite correct. You are speaking my mind this morning, and I hope some of them will listen to this station. Is the best in newspaper review. Thank you very much. He says further, I think they will be ashamed of their position and the big amount of salary that they receive from taxpayers' money without adding any positive impact to the nation. Thank you very much, Ifyok Johnny, for your message on Facebook. Please keep the messages coming in. We're still streaming live on our Facebook platform, facebook.com/mainland 98.3 FM. And now we're going over to the phone. The phone line 0913 6000410. Let's take our first call for the morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
The volume on your radio, can you please turn it down? Morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Okay, welcome.
Yeah. I want to speak on the 8-way apartment under bridge.
Yeah.
Yes, see, this is the reason why we have to tell other governors to put in place structures and continue to work on improving the life of the residents of their state. People are running into Lagos every day. Some of them don't even have what to do in Lagos. They don't even know where to stay in Lagos, but they just want to come. This is the reason. Other states are failing, and some people will just run into Lagos and be commenting on Lagos matter as if Lagos is their state, where they think they can hold the governor accountable. Whereas they don't have any opportunity to even challenge their governor. You people should do it so that we can go home. They are not even ready to go home too. They are not even contributing to any meaningful development in their state. Everything is Lagos. What is happening in your state, you don't even know. Some of them cannot even go to their village again. They cannot travel to their state again. They think Lagos is just their one and only state. You people should talk to your governor to do your state very well, to do social amenities and everything, so that people be going to Lagos to your state. Everything. Millions of people are coming into Lagos every day.
You have a right to migrate as long as it's within the nation. You know that, right?
Of course. See, as long as we still have state of origin, as far as you still have state of origin, you people should take care of your state. You people should take care of your state. We still have state of origin. There are some requirements. They will still bring your state of origin. So that means you have a particular location where you originated from. So you have to take care of it.
All right.
People are coming into Lagos every day, putting pressure on the small. This is the smallest state in Nigeria. And
thank you very much. It's been well over 2 minutes. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, good morning, Maria Sandra.
My name is Sage Babalola. Good morning.
Okay, Sage, good morning. This is Samuel calling from Okeda.
Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Please go ahead. He's listening.
Yes, I want to say something this morning. You see, sometimes we need to reason before we say some things on radio. This is a pure failure of governance. Oga Fuad has already said everything. We don't have transportation. You understand? The transport system in Lagos is I don't even know. Look, we are talking about those people staying on. Somebody is saying that some people are staying in Lagos. They have no business to be in Lagos or something like that. Do you think that somebody paying that amount, somebody is paying over 200 and something thousand, is he not paying to someone? Who is that person? And the question we should ask the state government is that how come for all these years the Lagos state government we don't know that something like that is happening in Lagos state? And another angle that we should look at this issue is that most of people living in those kind of places, it's not that they don't have where to live. Some of them have their apartment with their family in other part of Lagos, and just because of where they work, they have to stay close to where they work. And the transportation system is bad in Lagos state. So Lagos government has to look into all these issues, and they allow the governors of the state to in the hands of touts and miscreants that even terrorize people in Lagos state. So what are we talking about? Somebody is blaming people. Do you know that those people, most of them have apartment, have where they live with their family, and just because of where they work, that makes them to even look for anywhere to just hang around because of the job.
Thank
So
you.
we should open our mind and say things the way it is, not the.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you for your call. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning for our girl from Oba.
Welcome.
Wherever the pasture is great, people will go there. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
That is why you see people leaving Nigeria to other countries abroad to look for greener pasture. Other states, governors had made their state functioning. They provide employment, they provide good jobs, they provide amenities. Like the little we have in Lagos, people will not migrate to Lagos. Let me take myself for an example. I'm from Ondo. I came to Lagos to see greener pasture. And I've been here for so many years. And when I came here, I thank God for what I'm able to get. Tell me, which other thing we do? We have Mirowood that closed up. We have Odua. We have Black. It has gone moribund. And so many other companies there not functioning due to the corruption of our governor. So it is everywhere, all the 36 states, except Lagos, that maybe we have some kind of semblance of sanity to some extent. So it is failure of governance, honestly, in all the states. Look at the north now, where people are coming, migrating into Lagos on daily basis in thousands. Look at the insecurity over there. So government has to think holistically that the issue of corruption has to be tackled. And as regard the labor issue with salary increment, there is no need for salary increment, you ask me. Let government provide enabling environment. Let the price of petrol come down. Let them repair our refinery. Let there be security. Let there be food security. And by extension, life. Everything other thing will come to places. By the time you increase salary, and the naira doesn't have bargaining power, what do you make out of that?
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Have a nice day. Hello. Hello. Yes, good morning. Please, I need you to speak up a little. We can barely hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect. Please go ahead, sir.
Good morning, please.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
So, this is what I'm coming from the Ocean Camp.
Okay.
So, my quota this morning is just about landmark and
You can. There's a fluctuation. It's high, then it's low. I don't know if you can fix that.
Is it okay?
Okay. Yes, please.
Okay. So, just like I was saying, the landmark beach destruction stuff, I had about it's a misplaced priority, even coming from the itself. And I can bet with my life, I'm not misquoting anything here. Even the next what's called incoming government will not finish that road. Why am I saying this? Look at the past. Based on what has happened in the past, even look at Lagos about the expressway. That shouldn't take that long. It is still under construction till today. After the former government even tried to finish it in his last day of his office. What am I saying? It's just a mistake priority. Look at what they do. Just embarrassing us publicly to the world. There's no due procedure. I wouldn't know. Maybe it's like, okay, it's like what's it called? Like a punishment. I don't want to get into ethnicity or stuff, but it's just like a payback. It's obvious. A government that should even take due process. It's just a shame that we Nigerians, most of Nigerians are not informed. The next election will come, they will still vote the same set of people into the same government. It's as sure as a daylight. We all know what's going on in this country. The good news help us. We are able to rot. The corruption. See, the system is so rotten that you only take God. Since you have been small, you have been hiding about all this corruption. After something changed, nothing has changed. It's even getting more worse. The good help us in this country.
Thank you. Okay. Good day. Have a better day. Hello. Good morning.
Hello,
Madam Murphy, how are you now?
I'm fine now. I thank God I woke up today.
We thank God.
How's your family?
Fine, thank you.
You see this coastal whatever business. I'm saying coastal business. This coastal construction.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't think it's necessary. It's necessary, but not too necessary. It's not extremely necessary for them to start that project when the internal roads, inter roads are not, motorable. They're not motorable. Like if I'm going to my place, that Benin bypass road is an eyesore to Agbo, to Abraka side. It's an eyesore. Why don't you fix all these major roads first before we start talking about that coastal road? Coastal road, where am I running to? Okay, they say if you are going to Akwa Ibom State in 7 hours. What's my business with to go to Akwa Ibom through coastal? Am I going to go and be watching ocean? I don't just understand. All these they should do things in a way that they have human face. That type of project should have gone through the National Assembly for approval. You cannot just, veto everything because you are all and all. It's not fair. And for minimum wage, the Nigerian Labour Congress should, make it, they shouldn't tribalize the issue of saying that they want 617,000 as minimum wage. I don't want to use one language I want to use. Our money is not like that. I remember Uganda, when they were using that type of money, it was meaningless. That money was meaningless. They should ask for something, reasonable from the government, and they will look into it. Not telling somebody to pay 600 and whatever. So people who are earning 600 and whatever, now they will be earning 6 million. Before you know, you tribalize the issue, and you will not get it, and they will not care.
Thank you, Madam.
Morning.
Good morning. Thank you for calling. Let's stick to WhatsApp for a bit. We have a few WhatsApp messages. Good morning, Sage and Mr. Fuad. Fuad, you're the major reason I've fallen in love with mainland FM. It's unfortunate that people like you and Jimmy Disu are not given opportunity at the federal level to serve the country. You are so passionate about it. Keep on speaking the truth as you always do, no matter whose ox is gored. God is hearing and will surely reward you faithfully. Thank you very much, Patrick from Iyano Ejigbo. We appreciate all the accolade that you sent to Fuad. We have more messages on here. Good morning, beautiful people in the studio. Happy New Month to you, good citizens of Nigeria, and not the wicked ones. To me, I choose not to comment on any issue today because the more we talk, the less that we do. Martins Duru, aka Mayor from Ikotwegbe. All right, thank you very much. More messages. Good morning, guys. This morning I had an altercation with an NURTW staff. He was rude and was dragging money from my Okada man. Please, I want to ask Fuad, how much does NURTW bring to our IGR last year and this year as well? That's the thing. There's been conversations, I believe even on the radio here, we've had conversations about some of these funds. Do they really get remitted to the government coffers, right? And I mean, what's the channel? What's the channel of transfer for all of these monies that are collected from transporters on the road? And even there were conversations around harmonization of all of these transportation taxes, where I believe in Lagos State you get a ticket for 800 naira and that should cover you for the day. But unfortunately, even after that ticket, you still have to pay all the unreceipted taxes to all of these individuals that you don't even know where they're from. They just take these monies from transporters. So it's not something that we can readily provide you an answer to. But I'm sorry about your altercation this morning. Thank you for texting us. We have another message on WhatsApp. Good morning, Babalola and Fuad. The issue of education is too complex to be discussed in 2 minutes or WhatsApp chat. Nevertheless, let me say this: the government, the school administrators and owners, teachers, and above all parents are to be blamed. The government no longer have quality assurance workers or inspectors that are ready to work as those days. Rather, they visit private schools only to collect bribe. For parents, they just want good grades for their children regardless of the means, whether their children can defend their grades or not. Let me stop there. Above all, we buy all sorts of gadgets that distract the children from their education. Let me stop here. Nero from Akuti. I believe Nero is talking about the recent information put out by JAM, where 78% of all of the students that wrote the UTME examination scored below 200. 1.8 million registered students or those who participated, and we have about 1.4 million of them that scored below 200. Hence the reason for this message. I just wanted to say that so you're able to make sense of that contribution. We have another message here. Tinubu promised workers better days when campaigning. Now he's sitting there on his chair as the president and still promising the same thing. Will it be till eternity? Mr. Peter Obi comments on the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road is the right call, left for the federal government to listen to the words of wisdom and discontinue this white elephant project. When the masses are wallowing in abject poverty because of their reckless policy somersault, Dvumayi is the one actually inciting people with limited knowledge of what is going on, and not Peter Obi. Chikabende from Trade Fair. Thank you. Good morning to you, Madam Babalola and my friend Fuad. My name is Victor from Shomolu. Concerning the structure under the bridge, how I wish all the governors in Lagos are like the late Lateef Jakonde. I want you to know that the house built by Jakonde in 4 years are more than those built by Tinubu and the governor Sanwo-Olu. So this is actually a failure of government. All right, thank you very much, Victor. We appreciate you. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. My submission is on the issue of fuel scarcity. They should consider ordinary Nigerians and find a way to resolve it, although we don't know what exactly is causing the scarcity. Then for the electricity tariff, they should reverse it because it's getting out of hand. May God help us in this country. My name is Generous from Shomolu. Thank you very much, Generous. For those of you just joining us, this is Mainland Focus. It's Open Mic Thursday, 2 minutes allotted for each caller to talk to us about any story at all that they feel is of great importance to them. There's the phone line 0913 6000 410. There's WhatsApp and text message 0913 6000 430. And then there's our Facebook platform, which doubles as our streaming platform as we are streaming the program live right now. Facebook.com/Mainland 98.3 FM. I just went through WhatsApp messages and now I'm going back to the phone line. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Peter.
God bless you, my sister.
Thank you.
See, the woman will have to apologize to all Nigerians, including myself, who have blended my voice in saying that that project is not a priority for now. Because I thought they told me then that the democracy is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And by that, our representatives should have a regular meeting with the electorate and find out what do they want. And then they take it and present it to the government. And then the government will work on that, not the government forcing what they want on the people. It is doing what the people want them to do. Even according to a Ghanaian president before, Jerry Rawlings, he said the government has to do what the people want, not what they want. So Nigerians now want what? Food. Nigerians want what? Security. Nigerians want what? Electricity. Nigerians want what? Our refineries to be working. So why can't they channel this money of this white elephant project that will not see the light of the day into these areas? Now we have discovered that farming again in the north is not possible because of the activities of the bandits. Now why can't they look at the southwest, southeast and see how they can develop land here for agriculture? See the pathetic story you tell about what we are importing from the country, palm oil, that is so abundant in my area, in Akwa Ibom and Imo State and other parts. And then look at what we are doing. So why is the government so adamant in doing what they want, not what the people want? So are they the government of the people? Can somebody see the divine democracy from that content? Babalola, I want to round up this way this morning. The point for me remains that it is either they are recouping money that they spend for election, or they want to save money for 2027. Otherwise, they will do what people want. We need food and security and housing.
Thank you,
I think
Mr. Peter.
not what they force on us. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Good morning to you, Babalola.
Good morning to you, Prince Wise.
How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Okay. You see, Lagos. My Lagos, your Lagos, our Lagos. I get to Lagos 1972. Then Lagos is moving forward every day and night. They removed capital from Lagos 1992, 1992 or 1990. And Lagos still remains. In fact, Lagos people will go into Lagos without to know whether they have something doing, they have to live. They don't know. That's why you see some people live under the bridge. Where you see some people, those women that sell their counter on the afternoon, you go there by 10 o'clock, another tenants are for occupy the tent. So that's Lagos for you. First, when we leave our village, if you want to have nothing to stay in your village, develop your the government should develop the state. You yourself can develop your state. When we say no job, that's job. In my state, in your farm in my state, somebody can be a farmer and become a rich man. If we grow cassava, we grow maize, we grow all those things. You can export cassava to China. I'm talking about to coming to Lagos, go back to your village and go and develop your village and become a farmer. Farmer is a lucrative job. That's why I'm telling you, the federal government, the state government, all the local government to go to mechanized farming. We can feed our, when we feed ourselves, the many can be exported. And in Lagos today, we have a firebrand commissioner for environment. The man is working both everywhere of now, both everywhere today. Everywhere is clean up. The man is working. That is why the dictators have somebody vision that is why. So commissioner before, you may not perform to scatter of people, but this very commissioner for environment in Lagos, the man is performing. And as people don't him to the governor who appointed him.
Thank you.
So if we say transportation in Lagos is excellent.
Thank you very much, Prince Wise. Hello. Yes, good morning. Welcome.
I've been laughing where I am, where people are continuing to condemn this coastal road matter. And it just continues to, I continue to go into history to see why people cannot see far and be visionary into the future. And I was laughing. What's it called? Third Mainland Bridge was conceived in 1976 by Lɪධᴇ Shagari. Did Nigeria not have problems then? It was built before, it built it up to a good enough before it was removed. It was finished by FDB in 1990. Did Nigeria not have cultural adjustment program problems? Were Nigerians not eating from those things there? Did you stop government from doing that? Even as bad as Abacha was, when he did regime change and all of that, he completed NLNG. Today we are earning over 18 billion in dividends here. Did Nigeria not have problems then? When Asiwaju saw that the Lekki Free Trade Zone was going to be better, today we are built refinery there, they are built seaport there. It's going to do over 60% of our GDP. Were they all blind? Were they not visionary to be able to do that? Now today everybody is complaining about building roads along the coastal line. What is the problem? It's an EPC plus airport. Only 30% of it the government will pay. It's 3 trillion too much to develop the south from Lagos to south, where we get most of the things that develop Nigeria. It's quite even funny that even the Southerners are the one against this project, and it's laughable to me. Because when Buhari was here, he did 357 kilometers, Abuja, Kano, Kaduna, rail and road. Today they are completing it. AKK project will favor them, they are completing it. We have the Southerners doing something that will pay off, that is going to a place in the South that has not seen development, yet we are the ones attacking and complaining about it. Quite sad. And for landmark, it's funny because the thing landmark continues to shout on it's funny because it's only 50 meters out of the shoreline and there is no permanent structure on it. The main permanent structure that they are shouting about that worth $200 million are his towers. The government destroyed it, no. The government destroyed the center. The government destroyed the shopping mall. The government destroyed the arcade. No. So why the unnecessary noise and ethnic coloration put to all of this? Nothing was destroyed there. It's just Cubana's posts and posts that were there that were removed. And it was the overriding interest of Nigeria. It's not the only one. It's not man the only one that has lost. Mother Ajayi too lost her church there. Oniru lost. Other beaches have also lost. And they will get compensation. Let's leave all this ethnic correlation to all of these things. And those who continue to use political opportunity, the people can see beyond them. We wait for them in 2027. Thank you and God bless.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sister.
Good morning.
Madam Free will continue to wake up for us in Jesus' name. What I agree to, sister. Obi is talking about the priority. Omar can use tribe and politician ethnic to defend us that they have been using since 1960. Let me tell you, my open mind in this Lagos is Calabar, Lagos. It is number one, 10,000% priority. Okay, no, the Jam.
In this very past, I know how many times I sit down when I was coming back from December. On the road, only 20 feet wide. They never do it. Why the rush of the Calabar? I was from Arochukwu. So I will not reach Calabar. I will not enter another money from Calabar to Arochukwu or from Port Harcourt. Paying that money from Port Harcourt to Arochukwu is like paying money from Lagos to Onitsha to Arochukwu. So it is a total inferiority. Now, telling us that some of us are informed. Go and meet Igbo man when they say food accessory for Otabam Junction, Alaba. All of us are well informed, and we can even inform them where. They cannot use. So he should stop this before the rule, and the exigencies of what we are facing now. That road is not supposed to come now. It's not supposed to come. Or the road to no way. Okay, road to no way. Anyway, Kabata road no way. You are rushing coastal line. Concerning my brother, we talk about to make mistake in our state. Okay, open people now. Open on it. No whether we can go to Lagos. Our government should be fortress for us. No fortress. The way that you are using weak politics to kill high cost of life, high cost of diesel. People are not combining this to farm and machinery. So it is I'm coming here. Open on it and the water. They are telling me say all of us should go back to our village. So the coastal line is not supposed to come now.
Thank you.
But I want to tell over. Make sure say you know stop that way. Take it to stop after election. Make sure say you don't stop happening.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Madam Saint.
Yes. Morning.
I greet you from Mafuluku. This is Okangolina.
I greet you too.
You see, when somebody says FG will only pay 30% of the 15 trillion, we want to know at what point will the other person who is paying 70%, when will he start paying his own? So people should not misinform us.
I understand you. Hold on. Initially, we were told that it was going to be a build, operate, transfer. So, which is why people are questioning if that was the original plan, why at all does the government even have to contribute in the construction of the coastal highway? That's the argument, really.
Thank you. Yes, Madam say you are flowing with me. So when they are saying this thing, some of us know what is happening, because the critical issues people are asking, they are not answering those ones. Now, Madam say, let me even ask you, when this project is going to take 8 years and it's 15 trillion according to what they're saying, are you aware that the inflationary components will come into play by the time you span this into 8 years? Will it still be 15 trillion that you calculated today? Why can't you divide it for 5 companies to handle it, so that you can still pay that 15 trillion? By the time it gets to 8 years, you know that this thing can get to 30 trillion. So those are the things people are asking. And when you talk, they say, oh, they are against this one, they are against these people. People are questioning the whole, and why this thing is handled by one person. Now, I went to Eboyi recently, and I saw what the Umahi did as routes. Everything is upside down. Just it's concrete road. If you drive your car there, the car will be messed up. So is it the person that will handle that kind of this thing? When they say this thing will be an abandoned project, the people are criticizing. Now, the airport Araman built, is it working? Is it an abandoned project? So is it Umahi that should handle this type of thing that is eating all this money? I don't believe it. So please, unless there's something that they don't want to tell us, they should answer those critical questions. Now they tell it.
Thank you.
It's quiet. I thank them very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you for calling. Yes, have a great day. Let's go to Facebook for a bit. We have messages on our Facebook platform. Onotoye Temitope Michael on Facebook says, hello Mainland FM. I will keep saying this. Hold on a second. Okay, says, hello Mainland FM. I'll keep saying this. What we have is people in government and not people that are ready to deliver good governance. If not, could it be the joy of anyone? I'm sorry, I'm losing this message. Could it be the joy of anyone or family to be living under the bridge and still be paying such huge amount of money to miscreants, which I can tell you for free that the government is aware? Because is it not the same government that gave power to the Agueros and each of their bosses that they have at different junctions, who are forcefully collecting money from transporters when there is no proper accountability? Finally, I want to congratulate the African Church on her 5th Biennial Year National Conference. Alright, thank you very much. We have Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. I wish all the delegates safe journey and members a successful deliberation at the conference. May heaven continue to be their guide. Alright, thank you very much. I had to breeze through that message. It was quite lengthy, but you can keep the messages coming in. We have Dayo Dada also on Facebook who says, good morning, Sage. I want to ask you Nigerians, are the government civil in their attitude, from subsidies gone to buying of yachts to 160 million naira cars for senators to traveling and their power show? They turn the people to beggars and almajiri in the midst of plenty. They have turned a secure country to a gangster's paradise. Farmers cannot go to farm due to insecurity. Many private companies have left the country due to bad policies and lack of power. Doctors and other professionals have left the country. Is this governance? Also, the petrol and gas is a curse, courtesy of the government. When you allow incompetent and visionless propagandists and individuals to rule the nation, the result is this nightmare that we have. It's quite unfortunate that Nigeria would have to bear this nightmare for another 3 years and a month. It's a shame that the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Truly, there was a country. All right, thank you very much, Dad. I appreciate you. Ogidiomo number 1 on Facebook says, how would Dave Umahi and other elite Nigerians make money if he does not start the Calabar Coastal Road? Elder Agbata from Alimosho, Lagos. Thank you very much. Olumuyiwa is on Facebook as well, and he says, good morning, Mainland FM. This is a joke. Ilasa Ibadan Expressway is in a terrible situation. There are lots of federal highways that are in bad conditions. Presently, people are suffering on a daily basis, and the government is embarking on the coastal highway projects that would hardly be completed in the next 30 years. They have even started designing Badagry-Sokoto Highway. These politicians are not to be blamed, but the gullible voters that keep on dying for them every 4 years at the poll. I'm not happy to belong to this kind of society, but I cannot blame God for sending me here. 2027 is another time to decide wisely, and we would know if Nigerians are tired of this suffering or not. Muyiwa from Abuja is the author of that message. Please bear with me whilst I take a few WhatsApp messages before going back to the phone line. Good morning, Madam Sage. I agree with Mr. Fuad's submission as regards the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road in Broglio. Minister Dave's gyration and obscured explanation about the cost, the safety rules and the due process needs to be deeply looked into. It's also unfortunate that Mr. Dave Umahi attacked Peter Obi unnecessarily, and the effortless painting that the position of Obi means inciting the Igbos against the president's government. Every meaningful Nigerians are waiting to see good standard of living and security provision. Let the work minister face his assignment and stop bringing tribal coloration that never exists. Noah from Igondo. Thank you very much, Mr. Noah, for your message. We have another one here that reads, good morning, Sage and Fuad and the listener. First things first, the present government, headed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC, is paying lip service to the refineries, fuel, electricity, food, education, transport, credit or loan. His palliatives are an insult on the psyche of the masses of Nigeria. The NLC and the TUC are not serious. They think Nigerians don't know the deceptive game that they are playing, saying they will go on strike by the 31st of May. They should please keep quiet. And also, the government has announced a 100 billion FESTAC extension concluded and agreed on. Then why the rush? Why not work on the economy? They would be able to take a maker or the and do well to drop a comment so that we may land now. Hello.
So when you want to brought price, even the man
a project, not about. Hello, good morning. Make adjustment.